We have ignored reptiles for much of our Axie teams in the past, probably because of their relatively higher price in the marketplace. But now we can no longer ignore them. It seems the reptile spike mechanics, combined with the tri-spike card, will be to reckon with. Thanks to a video of Axie Dukes, we got curious and bought a reptile Axie of our own for the coming Season 2. We bought this reptilian for a reasonable price of $6.21. We are not claiming that this will certainly be a meta Axie in Season 2. We are just having fun theory crafting with the Axies near the floor right now. All of this is not a financial or any advice to a shopping spree of the tri-spike Axies. You should bear this in mind, as you will see later in the video. For this Axie, we have a curved spine to add a shield and make this Axie more durable, as well as provide shield for the front line. We of course have the tri-spike card, which will randomly deal 3 hits. Deal 1 bonus damage per spike or blood spike on this Axie. We also have this scaly spear to gain spikes. We are also thinking of placing this Axie in the midline and have a taunt of the wall gecko in appropriate times, until the blood spikes count becomes significantly large. Of course, the tri-spike potential is reliant on this spike mechanic. We can see that when an Axie with a spike is hit, it will consume one of its spike and reflect 5 damage and then gain 5 blood spikes. The spike is capped at 10 stacks. Now, you would say that supposing I get the maximum spikes, which is 10 stacks. Then that is a measly plus 10 bonus damage for the tri-spikes per hit. Which is 20 plus 10, or 30 damage per hit. Total of 90 damage per energy is not bad, but there are certainly much better cards to hit that damage. This is where it gets interesting. And, as pointed out by Axie Dukes, there is no cap for blood spikes. Remember that tri-spikes will deal 1 bonus damage per spike, and what is the alternative? You are correct, the blood spike on this Axie. If we take a look again at how we can gain blood spikes, it is for every attack on the Axie, we gain 5 blood spikes. After this Axie is attacked 10 times, and assuming that the Axie always has a spike, then the blood spikes will be up to 50 stacks. Now the damage of tri-spikes will be 20 plus 50, or 70 damage per hit. A total of 210 damage per energy. The good thing with blood spikes is that it cannot be dispelled. Meaning, the attack of the tri-spikes of the Axie will only increase over time. Additionally, when this unit dies, it will be dealing a pure damage equivalent to its blood spikes to all enemies. Now, here comes Prehistoric Armor. This epic rune revolves around the spike mechanic. Aside from healing 1 HP whenever the Axie gains a blood spike from spike, it also grants 3 bonus blood spikes for each spike on this Axie. This means, when Scaly Spear is used by the Axie, it automatically gains 3 blood spikes. And if the Axie has additional 2 spear allies, the 3 gained spikes when using Scaly Spear grants 9 blood spikes immediately. The 50 blood spikes can be much more easily achieved through this rune. Assuming that 150 blood spikes have been gained by this Axie, then the tri-spikes damage will be 20 plus 150, or 170 damage per hit. A total of 510 damage for a single energy. This is a huge damage. And whenever this Axie dies, it will damage 150 pure damage for each enemy. Now, here are why I am skeptical on the tri-spikes Axie, but I could also be wrong if this mythic Axie will be bred. First, in order to gain that 150 blood spikes, assuming that we are using Prehistoric Armor, and there are 2 allied spear Axies, for the entire battle, the Scaly Spear is used 5 times. That will convert to 5 times 3 spikes times 3, or 15 times 3, or 45 blood spikes. Then, you will need 105 more blood spikes. 105 divided by 5 is 21 more hits to this Axie. If a normal hit is 60 damage, it will need to endure 21 times 60. Or 1260 damage, which is very tough to endure. It might survive AoE attacks of 20 damage, which is 21 times 20, or 420 damage, but this limits its real ability to go against other compositions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if this is doable. And now, here is the second reason of my skepticism. The word, or, for the tri-spikes card. It could be good if it will get the higher of the 2 from spikes or blood spikes, But still we go back to my first point of how long to gain that huge amount of blood spikes. Now, if it will be a random pick, then that will be worse. And the worst of all, if it will pick whichever is lower of the two. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.